Whenever people talk about Ho Chi Minh City, the first things that usually come to mind are the incredible energy, the street food, and, let's be honest, the traffic. It's intense. But lately, I've been hearing whispers about a place that feels like a complete counter-narrative to that chaos.
You're talking about the Sala urban area, aren't you?
Exactly. It keeps popping up in conversations about real estate and expat living. It sounds almost too good to be true, like this pocket of calm right in the middle of the economic engine of Vietnam. But is it actually a viable place to live, or is it just another overhyped construction project?
That is the million-dollar question. Or perhaps the multi-billion dong question. To understand Sala, you have to look past the glossy brochures. It's not just a collection of buildings, it's really a case study in modern urban planning. It's situated over in 𝗪𝗪𝗡 City, which is fascinating in itself because that area is being positioned as the new innovation hub.
Right, 𝗪𝗪𝗡 is the new city within a city. But for someone used to the convenience of District 1, doesn't moving across the river feel like you're disconnecting from the action?
You'd think so, but that's the optical illusion of the map. Geographically, Sala is incredibly strategic. Because of the tunnel and the major highways, you have direct access to District 1. You can be in the heart of the old city center in minutes, yet when you go home, you're in a completely different atmosphere. It's like living in a quiet, green suburb, but your commute is shorter than people living in some of the older, crowded districts.
So you get the access without the noise pollution. That brings me to the lifestyle aspect. I've seen photos and it looks green, very green.
Green is an understatement. The design philosophy there is heavily focused on what they call eco-living. In a tropical climate like Ho Chi Minh City, that makes a massive difference. We aren't just talking about a few potted plants in the lobby. We are talking about massive parks, integrated walking paths, and open spaces that actually lower the ambient temperature.
It sounds like they're trying to build a resort rather than a residential block.
In a way, yes. The amenities are world-class. You have swimming pools, state-of-the-art gyms, shopping malls, and restaurants all within the complex. It's the 15-minute city concept, where everything you need is right at your doorstep. For families or busy professionals, that convenience is addictive. You don't have to battle traffic just to go to the gym or buy groceries.
That certainly appeals to the rental market, which makes me wonder about the investment angle. I know property values in Vietnam have been a roller coaster in the past. Is Sala actually a safe bet for investors?
It's looking very promising. Here's why. It's driven by genuine demand, not just speculation. You have a high concentration of expats and young, affluent professionals moving there. They want that safety, the gated security, and the international standard of living.
So the rental yield is being propped up by a very specific, stable demographic.
Precisely. If you are an investor looking to generate passive income, Sala is a hotspot because the vacancy rates for high-end units there tend to be lower. People want to live there. And because the infrastructure in 𝗪𝗪𝗡 City is still developing around it, there's a strong argument for capital appreciation over the long term.
It's interesting you mentioned safety. That's often a top priority for expats moving to Vietnam, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's a gated community environment. For a foreigner navigating a new country, that layer of security and the availability of English-speaking services makes the transition so much smoother. Plus, the property types are diverse. You've got everything from standard apartments to luxury penthouses and villas.
It sounds like they've tried to cater to every bracket of the high-end market. But let me play devil's advocate for a second. Does living in such a bubble, and let's call it what it is, a bubble, isolate you from the real culture of Vietnam?
That is a valid philosophical critique. You are trading the gritty, authentic street life for manicured lawns and security guards. However, I think for many, that's a trade-off they are willing to make for the quality of life, specifically regarding air quality and space for their children to run around. And remember, real Vietnam is just a 5-minute drive across the bridge. You aren't trapped there, you're just sleeping there.
That's a fair point. It's a sanctuary, not a prison. It seems like Sala represents a shift in what success looks like in modern Vietnam. It used to be about having a house on a busy street front. Now, luxury is defined by silence, space, and nature.
I couldn't agree more. It's a maturity in the real estate market. We are moving from shelter to lifestyle. Sala is leading that charge. Whether you are looking for a home or an asset class to invest in, it's hard to ignore the momentum there.
It really does sound like a glimpse into the future of Southeast Asian urbanization. If any of our listeners are on the fence about where to settle or invest in Ho Chi Minh City, this certainly gives them a lot to chew on.
Definitely. And if you are interested, go see it. Walk around the parks there. The vibe speaks for itself better than any brochure can.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. It's fascinating to see how the city is evolving.
It is. The skyline is changing, and so is the way we live.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We'll catch you on the next episode as we continue to explore the changing landscape of real estate. Stay curious.